I'm John Hayden, and let's queer up politics. Donald Trump's name being removed from Sea Grape Drive in Lauderdale by the sea. Signs, everywhere signs, yet no one's super happy. Last week, the small beach town agreed to a Republican-led plan in Tallahassee to name a stretch of commercial boulevard after the president. The 3-2 vote happened after a passionate debate that saw the commission chamber and the overflow area on the patio packed. Most who spoke were against it. Now, a few weeks ago, I reported that the sign co-naming Sea Grape Drive with Donald Trump had been installed. I also pointed out that Sea Grape is in a much bigger font, but I'm sure Trump and his minions, they're fine with that. So, what's changed? Does this mean we're going to have a Trump Drive and a Trump Boulevard intersection? No. The Sea Grape sign will drop the Trump inscription altogether. And in fact, Trump's name won't adorn any street signs in Lauderdale by the sea. Instead, there's going to be this historical marker. This is a mock-up. This is about what it's going to look like. And it's won't even pop up on GPS. So like you're going to have to go looking for it to see it rather than it be on street signs that you absolutely have to look at. So why make the change? After the Sea Grape vote back in September, citizens started a process to overturn the decision. Now it would take another legislative act to remove the marker. And given the political makeup of the state and their slavish devotion to Donald Trump, that is highly unlikely. So is everybody happy? No. But in this political climate, in this weird red state, a win is a win. And I say, take the win. It's kind of like the Ronald Reagan Turnpike. I believe there's one person I talked with said there are 18 markers along the whole way, which would be about one marker per county. And it's not when you go onto the on-ramps or the exit, it doesn't say you are entering the Ronald Reagan Turnpike. No. It just says Florida's Turnpike. Yeah. So this is about what it's going to be. It's going to be a marker that you're really not going to notice, and it's not going to be on anyone's address or street. So given what's going on here, I'm kind of okay with it.
Well, you know, we were talking on Monday, John, if you remember, about like celebrating our victories, right? Yeah. Because we're constantly in this like constant getting this debacle of everything is negative and everything is against us, right? You know, we've got to take those little victories, right? These people in this beach town were like, F you, we're not going to have it. We're not going to take this, you know? I mean, usually people don't even fight for stuff like this, but Trump made them mad enough to say, no, I don't want them on my street side.
That's the thrust of this story because, you know, we know the legislature and, you know, they're all in Trump's pocket, you know, in Florida right now.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
But the fact that the people, when the people got wind of it, they spoke out. And the fact that it's moving, it's galvanizing people against him is the real story. Whether that marker is there or not, a marker can be removed. And he's not going to be in office for hopefully too much longer.
No.
So, you know, everything that he wants to put his name on, everybody sees what a crazy narcissist he is.
Yeah.
And I do believe that when these Epstein files fully come out at some point, that the stench of Donald Trump is going to be removed from pretty much everything in our public life. We just have to be patient with it. So it's not going to bother me as much whether that sign is there or not because we have bigger fish to fry and it's just a sign. But the real story is that the people who probably normally wouldn't have made such a ruckus about it actually did, you know?
And they attended these meetings and they were like, hell no, not my street. I mean, I think that's beautiful. That's democracy. That's what we're fighting for.
You can't even get them to come out for the baseball field or whatever, but, you know, they came out for this.
You can't get them to come and vote. Hey, vote in November, okay? But they came out for this.
Yeah. Well, you know, and as long as you're going to bring that up, I'll say this is quite a contrast. And it was even noted from the dais during this debate or afterwards that like 100+ people were there, like 58, 60 people signed up to speak on this, right? About it was really not going to really affect you. You know what I mean? However, about a month ago, they had a town hall meeting to discuss their new fire safety provider. Who's going to be responding when you have a fire, when you've got someone choking, when you've got someone going into anaphylactic shock? And there were like 3 citizens there. And I think, you know, you guys rightly point out, we need to show up more than just these galvanizing issues. But that is a story for another day.
Yeah.
Today, baby, take your win.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, Lauderdale by the sea. Whoop, whoop. And there is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.